In October 2008, a man named Aubrey McClendon had a very bad week. He was the co founder and CEO of Chesapeake Energy, one of the biggest natural gas companies in America. In over 3 days, he was forced to sell 94% of his 31.5 million shares in the company that he had built, roughly 30 million shares gone to satisfy margin calls on loans he had taken against that very stock. A stake worth close to $2 billion dollars just months earlier collapsed to almost nothing in under 100 days. The board didn't know how bad it was. Employees certainly didn't know. The market found out when the SEC filings hit. A founder's hidden personal debt had become the company's problem overnight. I see the same pattern today. Let me take you back to 1920 to a man who invented the modern automobile company and then lost it twice. His name was William Durant. He founded General Motors in 1908, was pushed out in 1910, fought his way back in, and then by 1916 he was running it again. Durant was a promoter at heart, always expanding, always acquiring, always betting on the future. When the post-World War I boom started to crack in early 1920, Durant did something he told almost nobody. He started buying GM stock on margin, borrowing money to purchase shares in his own company, quietly to prop up the price. He thought the dip was temporary. He thought he could hold it. He was wrong. Through 1920, GM stock collapsed as the post-war economy turned sharply downward. Durant's personal margin position grew to more than $90 million in debt, money owed to dozens of brokers across the country. None of them knew the full picture. GM's board certainly didn't know. His creditors each thought they were the only ones. By November 1920, the whole thing was unsustainable. If Durant's brokers started liquidating his positions, they would dump GM stock into an already failing market, a disaster for the company, for the banks behind it, for everyone. The DuPont family stepped in with roughly $10 million. JP Morgan and Company arranged a loan of around $20 million more. The price was control. On November 30th, 1920, William Durant resigned from General Motors for the second and final time. The man who built the company had borrowed secretly against it, and when the market moved against him, the company paid the price with its independence. So here's the pattern I see. The problem wasn't the market. Markets fall. That's what markets do. The problem was the hidden entanglement, a founder whose personal finances had quietly fused with the company's fate in a way nobody could see until it was too late. The signal was there: rapid personal borrowing, an unusually strong interest in keeping the stock price elevated, a reluctance to disclose the positions. Precursor, then pressure, then collapse. I see this across industries today. A manufacturing business owner who has pledged his company shares as collateral for a personal real estate loan, and when the real estate market dips, the lender starts asking questions about the business. A law firm partner whose personal draw is quietly collateralized against receivables the firm doesn't know are pledged. A distribution company where the owner's personal line of credit is backed by the company's inventory and nobody on the management team knows about it. The business looks normal from the outside. The stress is invisible until the margin call hits. So here's what I've learned from watching this pattern repeat. The secrecy around a founder's personal debt isn't a side detail. It is the warning. When you can't get a clear picture of an owner's personal financial position as it relates to the business, that's not a privacy issue. That's a risk issue. The earliest signal isn't the stock dropping or the lender calling. It's the unusual intensity around keeping things stable when there's no obvious reason for that intensity. Durant couldn't let the stock price fall, not because of GM, but because of his own borrowed position. That urgency was the tell months before anyone knew why. So here's the question I'd ask you. Is there anyone in your business, an owner, a key partner, a principal, whose personal financial position is intertwined with your company in a way you haven't actually verified? Do you know for certain that no one on the top has pledged company assets you depend on? Have you actually asked? I'm Ernie. See you tomorrow.